Hey, how you guys doing? Okay, let's get started. All right. Let's see how we do here. So it's doing the exchange variation. I'm going for the takeout. Hey. Wait a second. Let's just take this open file here. Excuse me. Do 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 do. Let's see if we can open this position up and get some damage going. Ooh. So he wants to close it up, does he? I guess he does. Oh, boy, 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 boy. What do we want to do here? Let's see, I'm going to have to reroute my pieces in here. Okay, dokie. Let's get this a rolling and a going. I like that. I'm just gonna, I don't want to have any, let's go for it. Hey, should be winning this. When you have two connected pass pawns like that, and you maneuver your king properly, you can use them to defend each other. So that was a that was an interesting game. Let's go back over that because I want to take a look at that. That's a really interesting end game. Let's see here. Let's go from the very beginning. Okay. It's kind of odd when they do the exchange variation. It's all, I don't know. We'll find out. I'll find out for sure. So I play in the right move sequences. So computer moves. That's then. This one kind of wasn't. I've played that before, but I don't really like doing that. I'd rather have a pawn protect this pawn and then bring my bishop out. I've done that before. I've had some good wins with it, but very long, drawn out, like the one I priorly played. So then I moved I moved my bishop. He played there, and at this point I just decided to exchange. So you take, and then I attacked his, and he took there. I played there, and then developed my knight. I retreated back. So I'm doing everything the way that the computer's saying to do. I just did a quick check there, spike check. I moved back. He played there. It says to actually move all the way back. I wanted to keep this pin though. I just thought, you know what, why not make my opponent have to actually, consider all that. So I played there. I retreated back because I'm not really concerned about that getting traded off, because I know I have the light square advantage bishop, but once I connect these pawns, then I hit castle queenside, and that was my idea. He took, and I castle kingside, not queenside, sorry. He played there. I wanted to, at this point, I wonder, let me see, it's a draw either way, so I'm not bringing my knight in. I was thinking about that. I was actually thinking about that, but I think it would have been better now that I look at it because of here. And then I could actually implant my knight there, which is better. Yeah, that was a slight inaccuracy there. Oh, interesting. So this is a best move. Nice. Okay, so you're infiltrating into the position. Okay. My idea with a5 was to play a4, potentially rip this open here, and then play rook there. Potentially, probably I should have played d7, knight d7, then b5. I think that would have been better. He played rook there. I actually played a4, which I don't think was best in that situation, in my opinion. I think it was okay. Yeah, it was a drawn line, but I think best would have been to move my knight and then play b5, b4, or b5, and then b4 or a4, one of them. But so I didn't want to play knight here because that's a horrible move. That actually locks in the structure, and at this moment I want to keep my knight more flexible. So in the end game, knights are the powerhouse. I can't believe he surrendered. One thing that really got me was he surrendered the open file, which was crazy. I would not have done that. That did not help him out at all. It actually made a 0 draw. I actually thought this was going to go to a draw. But when he did that rook move, I was like, whoa. It was just crying for me too. I was thinking about this, but I did not really like the potential for that to happen. Yeah. I guess it probably would have been better for rook there now that I look, but I didn't want to surrender. I didn't see, the one thing is I didn't want to surrender this open file I saw potentially, what I actually saw was him taking here. But he does lose a pawn, doesn't he? Yikes. So that actually is a good idea now that I think about it. He has to take there, and then okay. Yeah, but it's kind of not human-like move to play rook to f8. Why surrender this open file? There's really nothing. You have control over it. You can plant a knight, a rook there, and if he moves up, you can even put a rook here and go boom, bing. You know, you have all these different attack lines. So that's an interesting thing for sure. So taking would have been better. I didn't want to take because I was concerned that he might potentially play a rook, but I guess I can get more active, because even if he plays up here, I can just lock it up with there potentially if need be. So yeah, so that was another inaccurate decision there. So at this point, I believe it's a draw after takes. Oh, drat! I moved. Oh wow, I did correct there. I guess I could have taken as I went, huh? Still would have had the same outcome, wouldn't it? Huh. Interesting. But I would have gained a secondary pawn at that point. Huh. Okay. Yeah, then you push. Okay, I gotta remember. I got so focused on moving up here and over here, I forgot that I could move there and up as well. Go figure. Sometimes you lose focus like that, but that's okay. Still worked out okay. Wow, I could have taken. Oh, I know why I didn't want to take. Okay, I see why. Because I wanted to move in front. I didn't. I wanted to actually block. When he played there, I took. See, when I got these pawns rolling is when he actually didn't make it. Oh, interesting. I could have blocked there. Who'd have thunk? But I was concerned about that. Well, actually that wins, doesn't it? Because then I could just move up. Okay, no more checks at that point. And then you just get this pushing. Yeah. Okay. And then you queen. Huh, okay. Excuse me. At this point, I knew once I connected these guys that it was over. I just had to... Oh, wow. I could have just moved here. Snikes. And then there's no way to stop. Okay. Oh, wow. That is right. Oh, drat. I forgot. Okay, boom. Okay, then I move there. It's game over at that point. Okay. They resign. So we'll check how many queen moves that is. Let's see. For him, it's on to... Let's see, that's 1. So we'll just count. Let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Oh, almost 20, close to 20. Oh. Well, it was interesting. I didn't want to see. It was probably more like 20 moves. I was like, that was pretty impressive. I think I could have ended it though sooner. Like, I just got to work on my queen end games. Yeah, for sure it was. Let's see here. What do we got? We'll go into our puzzles. We'll work on some puzzles because those are fun to do. Hey, how you doing? Alrighty. You missed a really good end game play. 2 connected bishop, 2 connected pawns, and with a queen versus queen. So I had the 2 connected pawns. Hey. So yeah, if you'd like to look at that game, that was a really good game. I just recently played it on here, so you can go into the database and see. It's the very recent game. Alrighty, let's do this thing here. Oh look, he queened, or our opponent queened. So let's see, what do we got here? How does somebody? It's in 10 moves too, of all things. I want to see how it checked out. Wow. Exactly. Trying to see, do we take here? Because we have a discover check if we take. See if we oh, nice. That's even better. I like that. Nice. That makes more sense. I missed that for sure. That's a nice move. Nice. But there's only one sitch. He has a blocking spot, and then I think we lose our. I think we lose to bishop to d2 at that point. That's the only thing. Yeah. If he didn't have the bishop, that would be probably an exclam move, because usually you'd want to take there. Yeah, I'm thinking that might be it. Wait a second. I think it might work. It actually might work. No. Drat. The only stitch is if this bishop moves. I was just thinking that we can play takes there, but the bishop would block and the rook would protect, so that wouldn't work. So that doesn't work. Yeah. Boy, this is a interesting position for sure. Trying to see, okay, if we take, he blocks. Well, let me see. If we take here, let's say he blocks with his queen bishop, we can actually play queen takes, or maybe we could play bishop. Let me see. How would that work? Oh yeah, Tal would. I gotta tell you, Tal would be smiling from ear to ear with this position here. This is something right up he would like to do. This would be his sweetness. Let's see, if we push check, blocks, takes, no, rotates, no, nope, nope, nope. Yeah, this is an interesting one. I think we get more than just a rook. I think we make it. Let's see. I think we are up a rook, if I'm not mistaken. Here, if we do take, let me see here. Takes, blocks. Bishop takes, check, queen takes, king takes, check, queen takes, check. Huh. I see. Okay, takes, blocks, takes, queen takes, check, king moves, check, blocks, and then rook takes queen. This is crazy, isn't it? Okay, we'll give it a shot. Hold on, guys. We'll come back to this. This will give us a second to think about it. We'll go over this game here. Just hold on. Okay. We'll turn off the engine here. So which color are you, white or black? Oh, black. Oh, sorry, I missed that read there. That's funny. Okay, takes. Interesting. So you're expanding on the queen side. Nice. Yeah, this actually is a good move. Because if he takes, queen takes, knight takes, okay. Push takes, queen takes, king takes, and then bishop takes on c5, and that's a really strong move. Okay, so he did the best move in the sitch, which is the bishop move. So castle king side. Wow, I can't believe you cast your opponent castle right into an attack. Yeah. That is interesting for sure. Okay, so you have to remember though. Yeah, you always have to remember moves have drawbacks. Like when you push this pawn, you did give up the spot on a4, so you gotta be careful. You just have to be very careful because he could reroute in potentially. You pick up. Oh yeah, that's true. Well, I guess he could play e5 first. And then, yeah, I guess that e5 would be best in this sitch. Because if he takes here, you could take. And if he takes... Huh. Let me see, you have 6 pawns versus 5. So you're up a whole pawn, potentially. I don't know. I might have actually played knight to c6. I know that looks crazy because of a pin there, but you always have knight to, well, yeah, you always have rook c8 then, and then you can castle, and you still have that attack. So I'm not sure. So what I'm trying to say is if he plays there, and then if he plays here, you have there. And if he tries that, which is not a good move, you have there, and you're just totally dominating. So I think you're still better here in this position. I believe that this knight move probably was best in the sitch. Maybe potentially he had there, but I still think you can get a rook for this. And then if he plays knight takes, you could actually just castle here, and then if he checks there, let me see. You can then have the potential to. Let me see. I don't know if that was. Well, you could take here, couldn't you? Yeah, that's probably what I would do. Then if he plays rook there, you can just take the knight, and I believe you're in equal position, actually winning position now. Yeah, you're crushing. You'd have to play there, and at this point you could threaten actually a rook takes there. So let me see here. Maybe he'd push. Well, this is an interesting sitch for sure. I don't know. It might be drawish. Let's see. Oh, you're still winning. Okay. Oh yeah, that is devastating now that I think about it, because you could actually win if he takes here. You made him. Let's see if the idea of the knight move. Oh, king. Oh, bishop back. What's wrong with mine? I want to see what's wrong with this idea here. Oh, he can move his knight. Gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah. So you did play an equal move. Okay. Yeah, I kind of see what your idea is. Nice. Boom shakalaka boom. You gotta love that. Then he takes there. Now you're just totally crushing. All the pawns are on the opposite color of his bishop. Boy, do you love to play that type of a game. Let's turn on and see which one. Oh, so the idea of bishop was correct there. What about my idea? Let's see. He takes. It says turns into a bishop. Takes. Okay. In a time scramble, I don't know if he has really anything. I kind of see that this is a potential draw. Probably there. Oh wow, nice. Then he can actually win there. Okay. You kind of gotta. Sometimes you have to go tactily, and just so you're still winning. There's nothing that he can really do. I believe still whoa, that is kind of scary, isn't it? Let's say he takes there. Okay, no, that's bad then. Okay, so he did play the right move. That was a mistake on his part. He should have just moved up. Yeah, you don't do that. Here, and especially when he could just play his bishop to G3. So, wow. Yeah, I like the king moves. Just always remember that in an endgame, kings are superior, so you can easily get your king in here and come here and then implant your king there, even if you have to. And then you have these two guys working together. So now would be a good idea. Yep. Oh, sweet. Nice job. Excellent job. I gotta say, that's a sweet move. That's a sweet move. It's like it just blocks all of his power. There's nothing left. He's toast, or your opponent's done for. Takes, check, yeah, it's over. I'm wondering if pushing might actually have been better here. Yeah. Because there's no reason to give him a pawn. Remember, he has two spots he's got to guard. Just remember, sometimes taking is not always the best idea. So you have this guarded fully. You don't need to take. So you play here, and now all you need is one more move, and you have all the pawns on the opposite color of his bishop. And then you can implant your bishop there, stopping the pawn. You have full dominance over the entire game. So you want to kind of make weaknesses. It all goes back to the theory of two weaknesses. This is one weakness that white would have to worry about. This is the second weakness, and if you think about it, the third weakness is actually, let me see. This is a weakness. He's got to watch this pawn, and he's got to watch that pawn. So he actually has almost 4 to 5 weaknesses. Good game so far, though. Yep. You're following principles, which is perfect. Next, the idea should be to get your bishop to b3, and then get your rook activated so that you can get it behind the passed pawn and basically lock again a pawn here, and then trade your rook off for the bishop, and then queen one of these pawns. So you're winning. There's I want to see like by how much. About right, yeah, 5 is about right. I don't know. I think I would have played there at that point. And then you have there, because I just like the dominance of, let's see if I'm, oh, okay. Yep, so that was the correct move, 90. You know what, put your rook to the most active square. And at this moment, it's doing so much damage. It's wanting to be a Pac-Man, a munch, and so it wants to munch this pawn, and it wants to munch that bishop. So it's happier than ever. It's doing its job. It's controlling everything. Okay. You're so winning. There's nothing. Ooh. Wow. I know what he's planning on playing there, isn't he? That sneaky guy. Right. Yeah. You don't. But remember that it's not always about winning some. It's the threat is more important than the execution. Always remember that too. The threat of winning this pawn and this bishop is paramount in his mind, White's mind, that now he has to think, what do I do for this? And what do I do for this? He's not thinking of an attack on you at that moment. He's thinking about defending against your attack. So just keep that in mind when you're playing a game. Make him worry about you instead of you worrying about him. That's a Jeremy Silman method idea. Let him react to your threats. And so right here, this would be best in this situation. That's cool. Now, well, next time, you know what? Put it in, send it, and we'll go over it. This right here is, in my opinion, the best, because you're totally crushing at that point. If he plays here, you can play your king in there. And then if he plays like bishop, something like that, you then can actually get this pawn going. And then if he just plays his bishop, and if he plays his bishop, and then if he plays here, which is a bad move, Boom shakalaka. Boom. Okay. Yeah, Rookie 2 is fine. And you know what? I'm not against the moves. They're all good moves. It's just I like more of a crunching. I'm more of a threat is execution. I look for the abilities for him having to react to me, and that's it's not that your moves are bad. You're so winning right now. Almost any move except letting him fork your two pieces is winning. So you're still fine. See? Boom. It gives you an extra pawn. Boom. Yeah. And then if he moves here, you get this. Oh. Okay. So he's going to have to move there. And then your 9 pawns in. Yep. Boom. That's even better. Then you go snap. And then if he comes here, you go snap. And it's a 54 pawn advantage. Boom shakalaka. You gotta love that. Do do do. Okay. I think you can actually play there and you still have a winning game, because even if he takes here, you're still so winning that there's nothing that he can really do. Because if he plays here, you just take, and then he has to move away. Oops. He has to move. Where would he move in that situation? Yeah, I think up. Boom, mate and 12. We gotta love that. Oh, even better. No, that's even better. Nice. Probably rook takes at that point. I think you could even play rook takes here and you're still winning. So if he plays like bishop takes rook, there's nothing he could do. Yeah, you're so winning. You gotta love it. You gotta love these type of positions. When you can yeah. Sweet move. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Yeah, it's toast. But yeah, that was a good game. That was fun. Yeah. Just, we always have to remember international Grandmaster Jeremy Silman, that what he says that the threat is more important than the execution as well, but his is a reactive chess. And we'll go back here and take a quick look at just a where was that? Where was that spot that we were going over? Boom, boom, boom. Okay, boom, boom. Right here. This is another idea. The threat is more important than the execution, which means that this bishop is, this bishop's guarding this pawn, the rook's guarding, and even if he plays here, you're still fine. I believe, let me see, can you actually check here? Oh no, you would check at that point. And let me see. If he checked, wouldn't he gain that pawn? Yeah, I guess he could gain that pawn, huh? But you're still winning, I believe. Yeah, you then can get this pawn rolling up the board. Yeah, you have to have courage. You have to have lots of courage. Yeah. That's it. That was a great move. So you did great as well. So just this idea is an idea to go down. Let's see, what else can we work on here? Always is a good idea. Okay. Oops, I gotta go up. There we go. This is a great move, but only thing that's concerning potentially is king to d3. I think we're still okay there. D6, sorry. But in this scenario, the bishop is perfectly placed, so you don't really need to worry because you have one move before he can even get over to your pawn. Then you can play there, and now you have an active bishop and an active rook. It's total domination. I think, let's see, is there anything else that... Oh, right here. This is another idea. This also, at this moment, could be played. The rook to e3 is a potential idea. Okay, let's see. What else do we have here? This is an idea as well. We went over this, and I think he has to move his bishop. If he takes, then we're just totally dominating. So there's really nothing he can do there. So if we push onward and he moves here, which is what the computer says to play, you can actually play up at this point and then lock everything down. And let's just say he plays here. You can actually just play your rook there, and again you get rook to e3. It's like rook e3 is the spot of the day for the rook right here, this beautiful square. And then if he moves, we'll just say he moves his king, you can just go smack, and then after takes, he can just, at this point, he can just resign. And it's just so much fun to sacrifice material. But great game. Thank you, Fox, for the great game. It's a great game to analyze and go over. It shows how end game play is really important. So remember, keep up on your end game. Thank you, and we'll. Oh yeah, the Dutch is a fun. I play the Dutch every once in a while, but I like the French more. So we'll go to puzzles now. And that's good. I'm glad you bought a chess book too. So that's a cool idea, Big Reno. I'm glad you're doing that. You know, now that we had our mind refreshed and a very well played game, let's come on to this puzzle, and we'll do a well played out puzzle now as well. Let's see here. Oh, the French Winier, boy, that's got a lot of lines in it. I played the French Winier. It has the poison pawn variation in it, and so sometimes the opponent will actually go down that line, and you can really do some good damage. Yeah, I truly like that too. I like the queenside expansion. So there's different ideas. There's a lot of players like Burge is a really good one, and Niall Short has also really good French games to look at if you'd like that he played. So. Those are some players that I look at their games. It's a fresh look at stuff, yeah. Yeah. Are we all in agreement on there? Yep, let's do it. Oh. Interesting. Huh. Wowzers. Wow. I was thinking of that for sure, though. It's okay. We'll get this back. One sec, I'll be right back. Well, we'll go back and we'll take a look at it. It actually allows equality in the position. See, I'll show you. Oops, my bad there. Forgot about that. And here. See, if we played here, it allows the king to move. Then you have to play queen takes, king takes, and you got to be careful. This rook is hanging. This rook's hanging. So you have to do everything with it with check. And it's basically an equal game because you have to remember there's a threat of losing this rook here. So, and he wins a rook. So that's the only sitch. Hey, I gotta tell you, yeah, it's a rook loss idea. I'll be right back. We'll go look over this one. Just one sec. Okay, dokie. Let's see, what do we got here, guys? What do we got? Let's see. Okay, queen goes to f2. I'm sorry, e2. Queen goes to e2. Let's see. So we play knight. I'm thinking that if we play, if I'm not mistaken, maybe bishop takes knight, and if rook takes, let's see, bishop takes knight, rook takes, queen takes, pawn takes. You have knight to g3. And if rook takes, huh. Well, if he does, he loses dramatically. Because here, let's see, here, there, and then if he moves his queen, something like that, we have rook comes down, then when the queen comes back, we back rank mate him. Huh, I think you guys were right now that I look at it. Go figure. Yeah. But I don't think it wins anything. Not that now that I think about it. There is something to do with this, though, I know for sure. Let's see here. Okay. Bishop takes, rook takes, knight moves. That takes. rook takes, and bishop there. Yeah, I'm not sure if we actually win anything though. That is a potential idea, but the only sitch is I think he could just move his queen at that point. I think he could just move his queen and we don't have really anything. Well, maybe we do. Let me see. Knight there, moves the queen. Bishop takes, pawn takes, knight. No, I don't think so. I'm not sure if we have. I don't think it's just not forcing. See, we have to take advantage of this right away. So the most forcing line would actually be potential knight after knight takes. Let me see. Let's just set this up real quick and then we'll go through because there's something like this, that, and I believe there might be an idea, but I'm not sure. Let's see here. Let's get this set up real quick first. And we'll take a look to see if there's anything that could go awry. Okay, there, double rooks. King. There's black's king. There we go. So let's get some pawns set up. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, we gotta get his rook set up. Boom, boom. There, knight here, and then queen there. Okay. So bishop takes knight. Rook takes. Queen takes. Pawn takes queen. Okay. Let's see if we can maneuver anything else around that's a potential idea here. See, bishop takes, then rook takes. Let's see from here if we have anything. So do we have anything after that? I'm not sure if we do, if we have anything. Well, maybe we can push this pawn here, but I don't think so. So maybe it's not bishop takes knight. Maybe there's something more that we're missing. Yeah, but that's what makes it great. The harder it is, the more rewarding it is when we find it. Let's check out knight right there. Then let's say queen. Queen moves over. Bishop takes knight. Queen moves over. Bishop takes knight. If pawn takes bishop, we have rook e2. Or maybe better is knight knight check might be better. So here, over, takes, pawn takes, knight check. Sorry, get rid of this arrow. Knight check. If the king moves, we have queen to b5. So let's retry that one. I think we're getting closer to maybe that potentially might be the idea. That's what I'm kind of thinking about now. Well, if knight here, let's say that see if we play knight here, queen over, takes, queen takes, queen takes, rook takes, knight check, and when the king moves, you win the rook, pawn takes, and you're up in exchange. Yeah, exactly. So here, if plays there, queen over, bishop takes. At that point, queen over, bishop takes knight, pawn takes knight. Knight check. We'll say knight checks. King moves to, we'll say f1. But let's say he goes to h1. We'll say rather than that. So let's reset this up here, 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 here. Check king at h1. And I believe maybe we can just take this pawn here. We might just be able to take that pawn. And I think we're fine at this point, because then at that point we're threatening a knight fork on the queen and the rook. So queen what? No, I don't think there's a queen b4, because if he goes to yeah, f1. If he goes f1, there's a b5, pawn b5's an idea there. So there's so many ideas around this queen being placed here, so we have to check to make sure that we're playing the most accurate move sequence. What makes me think that the knight might be the idea is because the queen sits on the square. Well, actually, you can take the pawn at that point, because if you do, and he plays rook takes, queen takes, rook takes, you have a back rank mate there. Remember, he has a back rank mate. Watch here, 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 there, and if he moves over here, you come take the pawn, queen takes, rook takes, and then rook takes, rook checkmate. Yeah, exactly. Boom shakalaka. So, sorry. Yes. We got it. Okay, here h takes, bishop takes, and if rook takes, queen takes, pawn takes, and then rook takes, queen. True. Well, here, there, and boom. And I believe we'd be up an exchange in that. No, this would be gone, that'd 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 be gone, and these would be the only ones that are left on the board. These would be the only ones that are left on the board after that move sequence. We'd be up a whole exchange. Yeah, that's right. Wins the queen. So you're 100% right. That oops, here, 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 there, there. Knight takes pawn, queen takes. No, that doesn't win. I'm sorry. No, that doesn't. If he goes f1, it doesn't win. But if he goes h1, if he goes to h1, it does win the queen. But if he goes to f1, it doesn't win the queen. We do win a pawn back and a threat of a fork of the queen and knight. Knight g3 poses the threat of winning the queen. It's actually one of the most forcing. Also unleashes this idea. So if we like bishop takes, rook takes, queen takes, I don't think we have really anything after that. So I'm thinking knight g6, g3 is potentially an idea. Just trying to think if there's anything really that we can do here. But I do see what you're saying. He doesn't have, if he takes here and we take, he doesn't have to take. He could just do something else. So that potentially might be not the right idea. Let's see, bishop takes, rook takes. So maybe it's bishop takes first. And if pawn takes, I was trying to think if this works, but I don't think so because they could take back. He's got two pawns protecting that knight, so. Pawn takes, then we have knight g3. Knight g3. And if the queen moves, we come slashing in. But we have to remember, we got to take into consideration that that he can take our knight, though. He can take our knight on h3, like what Economy said. I'm wondering if this, let's give that a, let's see here. Rook takes. Yeah, I agree. That line doesn't work. But what if we play here? What happens if he takes, though? We have to decide. Bishop takes. Bishop takes. He doesn't have to take the rook. I mean, he doesn't have to take the bishop. He could just let it sit there. I don't know. Well, if rook doesn't have to take, the rook doesn't have to take at that point, because there's no reason for him to actually have to move his. Yeah, he doesn't have to actually take. That's one thing that economy did. That economy talked about, and it was right. So if we take, so that's, I'm trying to see, are we forcing something that doesn't work? Do we have anything that so bishop takes? So bishop takes, rook takes, knight, maybe knight there. If we played there after here, here, I believe he could just play there, and I think he's fine. And then threat's all gone. Interesting. That is an interesting idea for sure. Yeah. I like your idea. Then the knight there, and that does do a fork, doesn't it? There you go. Boom, nice find there. Nice. Good find. So with this push here, remember he weakened the control of E6, G6. Bye bye. Good night, Big Reno. Be blessed. Okay, let's see here. Okay, if we played bishop takes, knight pawn takes. Okay, bishop takes, Bishop takes, pawn push, takes, and I believe potentially he can actually save that game at that point. Drat. Here, there. Don't forget, he's got, yeah. That's what I was thinking. Here, and then bishop blocks. So I don't know if we win, we potentially maybe have, maybe g5. If knight takes g5, then bishop takes, so we win a bishop. Hey Loki, how you doing? The only problem with e4 is bishop takes e4. Excellent. He's got knight takes e4, and I don't think we have anything after that. Well, maybe we do have that, but oh no, let me see. Here, hold on. Here, there. I think it's equal at that point. It's equal material. So we'd have equal material at that point. So thinking, no, G doesn't work because of the queen takes. We potentially have queen to f4, and then if knight takes f4, bishop takes f4, queen takes, bishop, pawn takes, then we'd be up a bishop. So I'm not sure if that's the idea or not. I don't think he'll move his knight. He won't move his knight. Oh, interesting. He does. He does have a check, doesn't he? Interesting. Yeah. Guys, we forgot about our light square bishop. We forgot about this light square bishop. It doesn't have to just stay here. So takes, 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 takes. Well, wait a second. Our light square bishop's gone. My bad. My bad. We don't have a light square bishop. So bishop takes, 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 and then bishop intercepts. We don't have a light square bishop anymore to check along here, so. And the queen guards this diagonal, so there's no more checks at that point. Huh. Let's see if we played bishop g6 or h6. Pawn takes h6. Check. Well, maybe we can actually play. I don't know if the king's going to move to h8 though. I don't. He doesn't have to move to h8. Remember, he doesn't have. He could just intercept with this bishop. Because if we play takes, 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 the queen after the queen takes, this bishop that's here, that's here now, can actually just intercept, and then he's fine. Yeah, you have to. This bishop that's right there could actually block. We'd be up 3 pawns for a piece, but is it enough to merit a? Knight e4 is an interesting idea, but I believe it loses to bishop takes, knight takes, and then this bishop takes. And I really don't see any yeah, but we have to remember that we have to play the best move for our opponents. There, 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 and there, there. know if we have anything after that. Yeah, you have to always, that's one thing that I have to train myself to do. Play the best move. Huh. That is a potential idea, isn't it? See here, here, here. Huh. Let's see. Here, 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 here. No, we lose a piece. I was looking at this, there, there, but that doesn't really do anything after back. See, the only idea that I see that that weakens this is this square right here. And maybe we do take here, takes, bishop takes, pawn takes, back. Then we play just rook up to d3, and then slide it over to g3. Maybe that's the idea. Just sliding our rook, going rook up, doing a rook left. Okay, let's take a look at that line that we had there. Oops. Okay, so we want to take a bishop takes, queen takes, g6, bishop takes, pawn takes, queen takes, bishop g7, rook d3, bishop D, queen here, and yeah, we were down. It's okay. So let's take a looky right here. I gotta say, I did not even consider that move. But I did have the right idea with a rook lift, but it was just the wrong, we need to do it first. So we gotta remember, look for sacrifices. So that's an interesting thing as well. So here to there. Why not just play knight check? So we do knight check. The king moves. Takes, rook takes. Interesting, I like that. Hmm. What happens though if he moves up here? Sorry, if he moves here though. I guess we still have queen, don't we, because of the fork. Yeah. And then, yeah, queen e2. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, it does threaten mate, doesn't it? Because even if he pulls back here, we still have mate threat there, yeah. Yep. Good find. Rook takes bishop, king takes, and then a fork. But I don't know if it's that simple. Because if takes, he's got check. King moves up. King takes, and I don't think we have anything at that point. We do potentially have a check, and then when he moves up here, we take, and then we come back forking. I think I got it, guys. No. Rook takes bishop doesn't work. First of all, you have to check. It's imperative to put him on one of these squares. Then you draw him to that square, and then you come back and fork the bishop. See, watch. Oh, we just win the bishop. So I'll show you what would happen if he moved up. You would have such a sweet idea. Boom. Boom shakalaka. There we go. Gotta love those tactics. They're so sweet. So sweet. Okay. Okie dokie dookie. Okay. If we play here, So if we play here, he moves there. We could actually attack here, and then when he moves there, we potentially. I'm not sure if we have. Maybe we have G4 right now. The only sitch is he's got that move there. And I don't know if we have anything to counter that. This is the most forcing line. Because then if he plays there, we can actually play there. And I think we might actually win. No, I think I'm not right in this sitch. Let's see. Or how about this? Just that right away. If we play here, he plays over, then we play knight there. Because I'll show you guys what would happen if he played here. Oh wow, you take? Why can't you just play here? Oh, the knight moves. Okay, gotcha. Okay, then takes. If queen takes, I think the queen's trapped. Yeah, the queen's trapped at that point. And then you push and it's game over, yeah. Because then bishop takes, pawn takes, rook takes, and then you take there, yeah. Okay. Good find there. One sec, I'll leave you guys with that. One sec, I'll be right back. So we have to keep this bishop open to guard that. So potentially maybe it's knight to f3. Knight f3 might be it. Let me see here. Let's see here. His back rank is his sitch. That's his whole problem. I kind of get what you're saying about that move. Does make a lot of sense because it guards these 2 points here. Yeah, that's actually, I believe that's the winning move. Now that we look at it, because let's say that he plays here, right? You could just move your king. Yeah, you don't have to take here. You could just move your king. And he doesn't really have anything to do, because if you take here, he can actually check. Let me see, can he actually check? Yeah, he could check there. And then check there. And then you could have back and forth. Yeah, I see what you're. Well, yeah, I guess I see what you're saying. Because if we don't take, he can actually play rook to g3, can he? Yeah, you're right about that. Oops. Yeah, that's right. He can't. My bad. He can't take. I forgot about that. His queen wasn't there. Yep, that's the right move. Good find there. Yep, good job. Yeah. Yeah. That does trap the queen, doesn't it? Oh, I see what you're saying. It stops that, doesn't it? Yeah. I gotcha. I see what you're saying, because when you play there, if we played here, guys, he actually has h4, and then h4 would make our queen have to move, and therefore it would no longer be trapped. Yeah. Bishop f2, then it. Well, I don't understand. Can't he just play? If let's say we played here, right? Can't he just play there? And then we'd have to move, right? Well, I guess we could just move our. We can just move our queen at that point, couldn't we? Yeah. Yeah, we could do that too. That works. Yeah, that stays in contact. Yeah. Yeah, I see that. Yeah. Yep. Nice. Nice find there. Let's see here. Let's see here. Let's see, what do we got? We have another back rank mate issue situation here. So let's see, what do we have here? What can we do to cause some problems for our opponent? See, we have a back rank Sitch as well, you see. And he has a back rank problem as well. So we have to watch ourselves that we don't fall into his snare of problem as well. I'm thinking that bishop, potentially rook. Oh yeah, you're right. We do have that. That's true. Yeah, he's the one with more problem. Yeah, bishop f8 does work. Okay. That's right. Right. Let's see, if we played queen to b6, I like that. The only problem, if we play here, he actually has bishop to bishop. Well, I guess that could potentially work, huh? I think you're right on that. Now that I look at it, I don't think there's any way that he could save the position. Let me see, rook a8. If he tries here, we can actually just take at that point. Nope, my bad. Here, takes, and takes. Yeah, that is the move, yeah. And we have to first take there, because if it takes, we actually win material here, and if there, we just seal up our wounds with f8 with our bishop, and we're fine. You want to take with this, you want to take this rook, because if you take here, I think he might have enough to actually win. Because if we take here, he's got here, we take, and he's got there, and I believe we're down material. So the only take that actually equalizes, I think, is that takes, if I'm not mistaken, yeah. Great find, guys. You're doing good. We're doing it. Yeah. I'll do one more, then I gotta log. Okie dokie. Let's see here. This knight once guarded that square, so potentially this square might be an idea to attack. So we gotta look at that. Say, oops, yikes. A6. Knight A3. Oh, stop doing that. See if we played here, he played there. We actually have there. He has to retreat back, and then we can fork him there. We fork the two knights. Yeah. Yeah, he loses. He's gonna lose. Well, can't he just take there? Well, we do have a check here now that I think about it. Okay, so if we played here, he takes there. We have check, and if bishop comes there, we take. So we win because after takes here, we can actually block the queen to the knight access with check. I like that idea. Boom. Okay, guys. Well, okay. Guys, I appreciate all you coming on and listening and having a good time. We're doing good, you know. We just got to keep pushing forward, keep going. And remember, always keep studying and keep getting better in chess. That's the whole thing. And you know what? It's showing. Our puzzles are just starting. We're starting to solve them. You see how fast we're solving them? It's because we're working and we're improving. So remember, only look back to learn, because you have to always remember that that's important. And you know, that's the one thing that we have to continue to do. And always remember that we just got to keep moving forward. And remember this too, that Wesley So says, "Serve the Lord Jesus, I say God bless." Well, but I wanted to end with the Hannibal Smith saying as well, right alongside with the God bless, is that remember, there's always a plan in the position, and we just have to find the plan. And when we do, we get to say this: I love it when a plan comes together. Have a great rest of the night, guys, and be blessed. And I'll see you next time. Okay? See ya. Bye bye.